When I was 11 years old, my mom sat me down and told me that I was biologically male. What, I don't look like a biological male to you? So my mom goes, we should probably have the talk. And I was like, what talk? She was like, you know, the period talk. Because I was so curious. I was like, I just want to know, when am I going to get my period? When am I going to get my boobs? When do I get to use tampons? And she sat me down at the dining room table, all formal, with a folder of medical information and says, you are biologically male. You are not going to get a period. You are not going to have kids. And you are intersex. And when I tell you that the wallpaper on the wall started to melt off and I was sweating and freezing and the entire world as I knew it completely crumbled. And I was told by doctors and my mom to keep it a secret, and I did for most of my life. And now I'm a grown adult talking to strangers on the internet about how I was born with balls in my belly. Being 11 probably sucks for everybody, but finding out that I was intersex made my life hell. Like I was not emotionally equipped and did not have the resources to even handle this kind of information. And I was so afraid to talk to anybody about it or even a therapist. I think what helped me the most was actually writing about it every day until I actually had the courage to speak about it. For 10 years after my mom told me that I was intersex, I did not trust her. I felt lied to and really betrayed to find out something about myself that she had known before me. A lot of intersex people have this shared experience of distrust with parents and doctors because parents and doctors think that they can consent to surgeries, non-necessary surgeries, for intersex children. I think the best thing that parents of intersex children can do is tell them from a place of love and acceptance and not create fear or shame, and to never consent to any sort of procedures that are not completely necessary for the baby's well-being. And before you go, oh, the liberal agenda, allow your baby to choose its gender, okay? Like, see how they like to express themselves and encourage that, okay?
Liz wants to help educate the world to understand the complexities of gender.
When people say there are only two biological sexes, male or female, I say, well, what the heck am I? Intersex is the term used to describe everything between what is typically male or female on the sex binary. And you go, oh, you mean like a hermaphrodite? No, it's a little more complex than that. The term intersex can be used to describe all these different variations between genitalia, sex characteristics, chromosomes, hormones, you name it. And we make up about 1.7% of the population, so why the hell isn't anybody talking about us? Intersex people are told by doctors and parents to silence themselves and live in a world of shame and isolation. So then we're subjected to completely feeling like we're the only person in the world that is a total freak. But intersex people are not freaks. We're beautiful and magical, like unicorns. And if you ever meet an intersex person, never ask them, so what do you have in your pants?
While everyone has the right to their own privacy of what is in their pants, Liz wants to be as open as possible to help anyone who is feeling alone out there.
So when I was born, I looked like a typical baby girl on the outside. When I had a hernia as a baby, they went in to fix the hernia and realized that I had premature undescended internal testes. Try saying that 5 times fast. And since they had to take those internal testes out, I've had to be on hormone replacement therapy since I was 11. So had I not been on estrogen since middle school, I probably wouldn't have those. But I've always had feminine parts in my pants.
So that no matter what you identify as or how you were born, you feel comfortable in yourself.
Intersex and trans are not the same thing. People that identify as men are men, and people that identify as women are women. Being intersex is real, being trans is real, and both are valid. And trolls should stay in their cave.
Despite mistrust for their mum, Liz can see she was trying to navigate the situation the best way possible.
I think my mom has a lot of internalized guilt and shame around this topic and feeling like she didn't make the right choice or said the wrong thing and did her absolute best. And like all parents, I truly believe that they do their best with what they know. And the whole reason that intersex people speak out now is to make sure that we advocate for future children so that they can make their own choices and grow up in an environment that is free of shame and judgment. And I know that's wishful thinking, but you're here, aren't you? Love you, Mom.
Liz's ability to be positive and open regarding their situation is so incredible to see. While growing up and learning at the age of 11 that you're not the gender that you thought you were, life must have felt a lot more complicated than initially thought. And it couldn't have been easy, but Liz has come out the other side as an incredible advocate and spokesperson for intersex, wanting to educate the world on this lesser known phenomenon, with the aim of making people like herself feel less alone and to help remove any stigma around something many of us know very, very little about. The comment section were wholeheartedly supportive of Liz and their journey, saying, "You're you, and that's beautiful. Thank you for talking about you and your experiences. There isn't enough intersex representation anywhere." And one final comment said, "You've got serious balls for sharing this story. Jokes aside, you're awesome." As always, thank you so much for watching Happiest. If you like this video, then be sure to check out our Instagram and our TikTok pages for more heartwarming and inspiring videos like this one. And if you've got any of your own you'd like to share, be sure to send those in.